What's up, fam? Loren Mulraine here, back with another video, talking about some of the issues that we are dealing with in copyright litigation. Specifically, this time we're going to talk about artificial intelligence and how that is playing into what's happening in IP litigation right now. Of course, this is something that's been going on for the last couple of years. You've seen a lot more litigation lately with regard to copyright owners suing artificial intelligence companies for their part in using copyrighted material without permission. Basically, what these AI companies have been doing is scraping the internet and scraping sources for materials and putting them into large databases that then can be harvested by users of AI who want to create new materials. The problem is that new material is based on existing material that was not licensed. And so the copyright owners are rightfully up in arms over that and bringing lawsuits on almost a daily basis against these companies for utilizing their materials without having the requisite permission. So we've seen it in the world of music, and we've seen it in the world of books and films and fine art. And specifically today, I want to talk about one of the latest things that is coming forward with regard to news organizations. So you think about newspapers or magazines and such. Well, they have had their works also scraped and harvested by AI companies and put into these LLMs. And new works are now being created based on those works. The copyright owners are now bringing lawsuits and continuing to fight for their rights and try to get licenses or try to get notoriety for having created the works that these works were based on. And so one of the things that's going to be key in this litigation with those news organizations is whether the material being taken is actually creative original material, which would make it copyrightable, or whether it's factual material. Copyright law does not recognize a copyright in factual material. So just compiling facts does not make your work copyrightable. However, the original expression of those facts is in fact copyrightable. And of course, the creation of an original work, a creative work, is a copyrightable thing as well. So that's one of the things that will come into play in this litigation. We'll be keeping a close eye on that. And of course, whenever you're dealing with copyright litigation, the defense of fair use is often one of the main parts of the litigation as well. So we'll continue to look at that and how that works, whether the use is transformative, whether it is a substantial use, whether it's substantially similar. All these things will come into play with regard to this litigation. So we'll keep an eye on that. A lot of the organizations that I'm a part of, including the Copyright Alliance, and of course, the law school where I teach, we're keeping a very close eye on that. I tell my students all the time that this is a very exciting time to be involved in this area of law because you're actually shaping it if you're working in this area now. What is the landscape going to be in the coming years with regard to artificial intelligence and the use of copyrighted works? That's something that's it's very exciting to be on the forefront of something like that. Copyright law, of course, is one of the most dynamic areas of law practice because of the fact that technology continues to churn and continues to create new considerations that users and creators and copyright owners need to be aware of. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. And of course, we'll continue to do some videos, a little bit more on the music side and entertainment side and production and that sort of thing. But we'll also be looking at how artificial intelligence applies and affects all of these things in the coming weeks and months. All right. So thanks for tuning in today. Please do like and subscribe, and I will continue to drop these videos every now and then with more information on these and related issues. All right. Loren Mulraine, thanks for checking in. See you next time.